Hi, we will talking about Martin Luther King, presented by Jimena. Who is Martin Luther King? He was an American activist who fought for civil rights and against racial inequality. He is considered one of the greatest defenders of human rights of the 20th century. Why is it important? It is important for three reasons. Number one, he led the civil rights movement of the United States. Number two, he contributed to the passage of the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. And number three, the efforts reflect the essence of Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But what was the problem? Between the 1950s and 1960s, people of color and African Americans suffered discrimination and rejection within society, which went against universal human rights. The actions: peaceful protest. He organized marches for voting rights, desegregations, labor rights, and other civil rights. This contributed to the passage of landmark federal civil rights and voting rights laws that prohibited racial segregation, and pressure on the government passed to ban nuclear weapons and the Vietnam War and leave people out of poverty through unions and access to healthcare. Abilities. Number one, hope. He didn't know if the struggle he was doing would work or not. Even so, he was only looking for equality. Number two, teamwork. He looked for a way to raise awareness about a problem with the help of the society that suffered from that same situation. Number three, perseverance. Despite the difficulties he suffered throughout his struggle, he didn't give up and continued with plans to win the social problems he was facing. Number four, leadership. He was able to unite people in peaceful protests and marches to achieve a common good and finally gain rights that were denied to them. Learning. In my opinion, I believe that it is important to have the ability to lead because it will help us to have a new perspective to face social, professional, or academic problems that arise throughout our lives. Now, speaking specifically about the case of Luther King, I believe it teaches me a lesson to defend my rights, both within and outside the academic sphere. An example is the upcoming rector elections at our university, since we don't have to ignore our right to vote. Leadership. Leadership isn't based on individualism but on the common good, on a group of people with similar ideals who seek to be heard and taken into account within a society that ignores them. It's about being the voice of those who have lost and who can do nothing. Being a leader isn't just about organizing, it's about being a listener, a learner, but above all, being empathetic with the people who support you. Thanks for your attention.